Okay, so this particular update will come to those who have been following this particular platform and how you guys have been following the Burkina Faso tension and also the whole issue with the Burkina Faso, Russia, Ghana, and the United States of America. So right now, if you are new to this particular update, recently and just long ago, not so long ago, you will say another coup d'etat attempt across Burkina Faso. Now, Burkina Faso coup d'etat attempt across was just a month ago. No, they are saying that they've indicted Ghana's ambassador to Burkina Faso, and even vice versa. According to Omo security minister, Omo parties that this particular coup d'etat attempt, it was orchestrated by the West together with France and some countries, which included Ghana. That is Burkina Faso security minister and somebody Tuja. I'm not cooking this up. The press release and also the statements are there. Just so Onkasebi, I'm trying to bring tension between Ghana and Burkina Faso. Now, that being said, that man has been sacked, or Burkina Faso, someone person, and they still say that they want to maintain this man, Ibrahim Traore, who the West, together with a lot of countries, have branded him evil and a personal democracy, democracy. In a surprising move, Ibrahim Traore, he's done a whole lot of different things, from making sure they are going to have their own currency. You see, our aligning with Russia, and also he's trying to more alienate himself from the Western countries, the United States, the UK, and co. And finally, too, this will also come as a surprise to a lot of people. Was sacking the French people together with closing down the French embassy in Burkina Faso. So now France, you can't use any embassy in Burkina Faso. You have to come to Ghana or perhaps go to a different country if you are in Burkina Faso. But in this particular few days, BBOC, remember, say update kind of mom. We told you, say Burkina Faso, they are alleging and pointing fingers at Akuffo, because according to them, Akuffo a broke US some few years ago, last year or so, only Anthony Blinken, who happens to be United States secretary, and together with top FBI and also top security experts from United of the United States of America. President Akuffo complained about how Burkina Faso is not making Ghana feel safe. Now, according to Akuffo, no part say Burkina Faso ama Russia for and our mama Russia opportunity for them to come and use their country as a training ground. And Akuffo party say Ghana shares boundaries and I say a barrier, a border with Burkina Faso. So doing that, it puts Ghana in some sort of tensions, a whole thing. I say, and feel safe. This was Akuffo telling Anthony Blinken and also the United States of America, or more generals, And because of that, the Burkina Faso together with Russia, they blasted Akuffo for escalating tensions between Burkina Faso and Ghana. And together, Ibrahim Traore says, he doesn't have any issue with Ghana, but the Akuffo he's just breeding issues because Russia for if anything training grounds. What is our problem as Ghanaians? And according to Ibrahim Traore, it is not even to enter Ghana and do something bad. They are training so they fight one more top on Islamist extremists or more Burkina Faso border and no according to Burkina Faso, most soldiers, they are being trained by Russian militants and Russians to fight or combat those people. In a very subtle move, one of the countries broadcast media and also they've been kicked out of Burkina Faso, France 24. France 24 recently sat down with the president of the Republic of Ghana. And that during that particular time, they asked Akuffo, people think say ECOWAS is dead. The reason why France 24 they asked this question to Akuffo, which is a video, is because Burkina Faso have left ECOWAS. Burkina Faso said they don't want to have anything to do with ECOWAS again. No problem. So they've left ECOWAS. We get it. And now in the interview, France 24 was saying, say, they were asking Akuffo said, do you think that ECOWAS is broken? And Akuffo said they be even though Niger, Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, ECOWAS, Akuffo and our party said he's begging them to come and join ECOWAS again. As in a country video, just to be clear, these are the same country, coup d'etat, ECOWAS, or West African countries, together with the ECOWAS, they were quick enough to say they'll boot them out of ECOWAS if they don't return back to civilian rule. And people said ECOWAS need women create so far. So if you want to kick us out, kick us out. Now let's go and see the exact response that Akuffo gave during the France 24 interview. We will continue this whole thing.
With the situation in the region, in July, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger have created a so-called Confederation of Sahel States. They've had announced that they would withdraw from the regional bloc ECOWAS. How worried are you that this could signal the end of ECOWAS?
It has to be a worrying situation. ECOWAS is a 50-year-old organization, and until this decision on the part of these three states, it had been an important homogeneous bloc. So for three of them, and they're all founder members of ECOWAS, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, for them to come to this situation is regrettable. There can be no two ways about it. Now, I don't believe there's any serious-minded West African who will be happy at what has happened. What then matters is what are we going to do about it?
Because they say we're going out.
Well, it's their right. I mean, because even the treaty that binds us all together has provisions for you to walk out. So that's something that is foreseeable. But I don't believe it's in their interest, and I don't believe it's in the interest of the wider ECOWAS bloc to allow this to happen.
So you still hope for a solution?
Well, more than hope. We have to continue to work at it, to make sure that we can, at the end of the day, find some common ground that would allow them to look at the return to ECOWAS. We have to do that. There are three important members.
So that is what you learned from the president of Akuffo during his recent interview with France 24. This particular media organization is one of the biggest media organizations in France, and a bit in the French country, which is France, the Republic of France. Now, Akuffo made it emphatically clear that he is not happy the way Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they've all of a sudden left the ECOWAS. He's not really happy. He's not really happy with it. Now, forgive me for those of you who are more US. There's a hurricane coming, so I was following that particular update. So forgive me for that sound. So basically, that is exactly what is really happening now. Akuffo party said these three states, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they are part of the founding members or fathers of the ECOWAS, the countries that founded ECOWAS. So for them to leave after young military personnel like Ibrahim Traoré and that of Niger and then Mali assume power, they are just leaving ECOWAS. Akuffo parties is going to do more harm than good. Now, recall, one of the things you need to notice here is the wording that Akuffo used. The word that he used. Akuffo parties said it will be in their best interest to stay in. So, after all, Akuffo parties said Burkina Faso, Mali, together with Niger, ECOWAS and they are now even threatening they are going to start their own form of ECOWAS, which is these three African states. One party say about the formation of the Sahel independent state, because and also about an independent state. At that one, more party say it has to do with the fact countries or my coup d'etat. ECOWAS say if you do a coup d'etat, they don't recognize you. They are saying because of that. ECOWAS, if you don't recognize us, we don't even get anything from ECOWAS. So because of that, we will also be coming together to make sure that we can bring something and we can come together and form our own type of ECOWAS. So this is what exactly the president of the Republic of Ghana happens to be one of the ECOWAS chair, or the president of the ECOWAS chair to precise, or the two job parties and they want to welcome Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger back into this whole ECOWAS thing, because Akuffo the party said it is really going to help the country, and according to him, it is going to do more harm than good. Now, beginning, as you can see, Akuffo the coup d'etat and Akuffo went to the Burkina Faso together with some people were going to negotiate. These people are the jointers. The jointers are going to negotiate between the military regime in Burkina Faso and then ECOWAS, and they can return the country back to civilian rule. So that is where this whole video emanated from. But even though this meeting and successful talks have gone on, still nothing has really been done. Now we are learning say Guinea and Co no so aye coup d'etat, but mo enka say omu fi the ECOWAS mu yet. So it's just these three states mainly, and if you study history, we say in the West African states, the countries which are really prone to coup d'etat are the the French-speaking countries, talking about the Mali, the Guinea, the Cameroon. Cameroon put the Omuli has been in power for the past 50 years or so. But Mali, Cameroon, Niger, Guinea, these countries are more of prone coup d'etat. They be no omu two for so even if they vote for a president, so they are voting year one it two nifi. So and now ECOWAS is begging the return of Mali, Niger, and then Burkina Faso. But Burkina Faso said they are far gone. They want to do their own currency. They want a new country. They want to take back their country and sack all the white people from their country because they do nothing. The only thing they do is that they take their money. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with what Ibrahim Traoré is doing? Do you also agree with the sentiment of Akufo-Addo? All parties say ECOWAS was founded, the founding fathers, Burkina Faso together with Mali. And in Niger, they were even part. So for them to leave now, it doesn't really make sense. In Akufo-Addo's own words, it is not in their best interest.